What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at something pretty cool. This is the Newage and Alpha Toyland exclusive Remus, or their version of a chug scale gun Robo. So this was actually sent to me by Alpha Toyland. They contacted me and said, am I interested in looking at this? And I said, absolutely. A big fan of this figure, so excited to take a look at it. And if you don't know what Gun Robo is, it is the original Microman series version of Megatron, done in this black, brown, and silver color scheme. And then later, obviously, recolored and done as Transformers Megatron. So pretty cool that they went back and did this deco. We also want to mention that this is a sample. It's not the final. And there will be some changes specifically to the accessories. Obviously, you saw I didn't have the box in the beginning footage there because they haven't finalized the box. So this was sent to me, in non, final packaging. But they will have the same packaging that you expect for normal Newage releases, as well as one of the accessories we're going to look at is not final either. It's going to be, they're going to change the color. I'll show you that a little bit later. But let's take a look at this. Even though it is a sample, it looks absolutely gorgeous. It's got a really nice deco. You got the silver for the face, yellow, goldish yellow for the eyes, brown around the head sculpt. You have red here on the chest with metallic blue and some pinkish maroon. You got silver here for the abs, silver for the legs, silver for the feet. The back of the feet, the heel spurs are done in chrome. It is die cast. That looks really good. Pretty good. Let's go over the articulation on this guy. Head is on a ball joint. It gets up to there. Down to there. You can lift up the neck joint if you want to get a little bit crazy. You can rotate side to side and rotate the head around. Shoulders rotate around on a friction joint. Out to the side on a friction joint. We have a rotation at the bicep. Double jointed elbow gets you the full bend. We have wrists on a peg so they can rotate. They fold in and out on a hinge. The fingers are individually articulated at the pointer finger. The bottom three are connected together. And the thumb is on a hinge. So you can get a pointing hand gesture if you want to, which is important for Megatron. And I don't know if they're planning to make any more, chug scale things, chug scale Transformers, but I think based on this guy, they should. Anyway, let's continue on. We have a waist rotation here. You have an ab crunch. It's a double ab crunch. This is spring loaded, so as you bend the top joint, it pushes in that inner piece. So you get all the way down to there. It's a really nice, creative way to do the ab crunch. On the back, we have this. This will, you can pop this out if you need to. I think the tolerance on that could be a little bit tighter, but overall it works. But if you want to display them without this, you can. Here's how it looks. Me personally, I like to keep it in there. Coming down to the legs, we have the hip skirts on the side and the front. Those will move out of the way. You have a die cast hinge here that will kick up to there, back to there, out to the side. You have a rotation here at the thigh on that hinge. You have a double jointed knee, gets you the full bend. I like how that works. Or if you just use the 90 degrees, that's how it looks. You can go further. We have ankle tilts, goes out to there. And you can go forward and backward on that foot. And I really like the look of that chrome on the back of the heel. As far as the accessories, this is where I mentioned there are going to be some changes, but you do get the mace. It's going to be done in red translucent plastic instead of purple. I'll put an image here so you can see what the official one's going to look like. And since this is a sample, they don't, not everything is final, but you can plug that in right here where the hand was, and he can use that mace. Very nice looking mace. You can also use a new accessory, which is his sword here, done in this chrome. This is plastic, but it looks beautiful. They did a really nice design. And this can go in the hand. There isn't a peg on it, but it's very light, so it holds just fine. You can just get the fingers wrapped around it. And there you go. Really good looking sword. I love the chrome. All right, we also get some alternate faces and actually an alternate forehead as well. But here's the stock one that looks the most like Gun Robo. It's got the brown, silver, and metallic gold eyes. To get this out, you're just going to lift up, push up on the forehead, and then it lifts out like this. And then if you want to swap the forehead, so here's the alternate forehead, you can just pull the face off, and then you can plug the face into whichever forehead you want. So if you, let's say we wanted this solid black forehead with the Gun Robo face, you could do that. We also get a more standard Megatron-ish face with the open mouth, painted black inside. That looks really good. And there he is with the smiling, laughing, maniacal face. There he is with the smirking Megatron face. Got like a little bit of a smile there. And there he is with the standard, straight Megatron face. Personally, my favorite is the maniacal laugh, but you can, a lot of options here. All right, and for comparison, there it is next to the original Newage Romulus, their version of Megatron. And you can see how they've changed the deco. There's something about this black deco that really just makes him stand out, make him look evil. I don't know what it is, but I just really like the way it looks on this particular mold. So there you can see the differences in the mold. All right, and there he is with the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. He's been stickered up here a little bit, but... And for another fun comparison, there it is next to the Newage and Chosen Prime exclusive, their version of Gun Robo. And you can see they're pretty similar in the paint scheme. There's obviously a little bit more detail on this one, specifically on the inner legs. And the black is more of a metallic, whereas this one's more of a gloss, but looks really good together as a pair. All right, now let's get him transformed into gun mode. And it is the same transformation as before. Go ahead and remove the gun from the arm. We can flip over this panel and just leave that like this to the side. You can have it extended or collapsed, whatever you want, but I'm going to leave it like this. Then we can come to the back. You can actually leave this on here for the whole transformation. I like to take it off just because it gives me a little bit more room to work, and I can always insert it at the end. So your choice. I'm just going to set that aside. But you can open this up like this. We're going to come to the arms and take care of those first. So lift up the arm and come to the bottom. You can open up this little tab right here. Open up this tab here. On the inside of this forearm, and you might need a spudger if you don't have fingernails, but come in here and open up this panel right here. And it can be a tight panel, so just be patient. But you're folding down this black panel right here. Now we're going to accordion up this arm. So this is a double hinge, so bring this down and bring the whole thing down. You end up with the hand facing upwards at an angle, like this. This is going to tab back in. We're going to close up this back part here so that makes a smooth back of the gun. And this will close up and tab in right here. And that's how we're looking for one side. Okay. So go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. I'll do that off camera. All right, now that we've got both arms done, we can take care of the upper body. And I just wanted to note, there is a little separate piece on this arm, and you just want that upwards for now. All right, so let's take care of this upper body. So it's a 2-peg system. There's a peg here and here. So I recommend you pop this out just a little bit. Then you can pop this chest piece forward. So you're unlocking this tab and then folding this whole piece down. We're going to rotate the arm to the side and then get it positioned like this. So that's how that should look. On the other side, same thing, and fold this down out of the way. Fold this down, rotate this to the side, and get it plugged in like that. So you end up with the two sides like this. We're going to take this. This is going to flip out. So you separate this little hinge. And now that we have that, we can flip this around 180 degrees. And you might have to rotate this so that it doesn't collide with anything. But rotate that around 180 degrees so it ends up on the other side. And then you can fold this back up onto this panel. So now you have them both on the same side. You can see it's starting to form the gun. You can rotate the head this way. You're going to lift up on the neck, and that neck is going to hinge backwards. Bring down the head panel, open up this piece on the bottom, and here's how it's looking. Come to this side, we're going to rotate this to the front. So it ends up with this barrel piece in the front. Rotate this up, it's going to tab in to the front here. And bring these down. And on here, we're going to bring this head is going to flip in the middle. So there's two little panels here for the shoulders that are going to rotate in. They actually peg into each other. So make sure you do that because that leaves a space for the head to fit in between them. So bring this down, get the head kind of sandwiched in between. Then push this down, and that's going to tab in and secure the top. On the back here also, you can just squeeze, give this a squeeze. Don't open up these panels yet because we're going to do that kind of at the end. So here's how we're looking. All right, we're going to rotate the waist to the front. We can open up these hip skirts. On the bottom of this one, you're going to fold in this front hip skirt. And then this whole thing is going to slide back. And I'm going to show you that again because it was hard to see because it's black, but this whole piece slides back and lines up with the front. All right, that's how it's looking. And like I mentioned before, you can leave the barrel there. I took it out just for convenience. All right, so come to the back here. We're going to unplug these rear hip skirts. That's going to allow you to fold all of this out like this. We can leave these down and then unplug them from here and leave them outwards, just sitting like that. They're going to end up on the sides here, but leave them out right now. We're going to take care of these legs. So come down to here, and you're going to unpeg the crotch from here. We can come to the inside here. We're going to open up some of this stuff. So this is silver paint here, so just be cautious with that. We're going to fold this open. Fold this open, fold that open. So it ends up, this is the trigger guard. And same on this side, fold this open, open, open. We can hinge this out, which will allow you to take all of this and fold that back. Same one here, hinge this out, fold that back. And we're looking like this. We're going to bring this down on both sides, and now we'll take care of these legs. So down here, I guess this is the more tricky part, I would say, of the entire transformation. So come to here, we're going to separate the leg. So open up this panel, and as you open it up, you have a double hinge. It'll bring it out, so rotate it down and out like this. Fold out this inner brown handle piece, fold out this brown handle piece. Come to here on the inside of the foot. We're going to separate the foot. Again, if you need a spudger, you can grab one, but fold this up. This is going to hinge up, and sit right in this cavity. We're going to unpeg this from here. This will fold up and sit right in front of this little panel that we just folded. This piece here is going to fold up and then down like that, so it sits nice and flush. All right, now that you have all that folded in, this will come up. This is on a slider, so you're going to slide that down once you get it over. So slide this in. There's a peg right here, so you get that peg pegged in. And that's one leg configured for handle mode. And actually, I'm going to do the rest of it too. You're going to bring this down. This is going to clip into here. This will come back and sit just like this. Have this open. All right. So go ahead and do this other side. I just did this one. That's configured the way we want it. So I'll do the other one. I'll do it off camera and I'll be right back. All right, so here's how we're looking after we've configured both those handles. So we're going to actually squeeze them together now. So go ahead and squeeze it all together. You can actually squeeze together the trigger guard as well. And all that comes together nicely. This is going to come down and fit right into here. Then we can fold these up. Those will just sit on top of the hands. And that's how it looks right now. On the front, we're going to take this trigger guard and plug that in to the bottom of the gun. So the last step here is to take these, bring this back, and this will plug in right here. If you have everything lined up, it just goes together beautifully. Same on this side. Bring this back and plug that in. Last step, this can come down. There's a tab and then a slot here that's fitting in. You might have to wiggle it a little bit to get into position, but it should lock down. Then we're going to take this. If you did take it out like I did, then just plug that back in. And then we'll take the sight and plug that in right here. All right, there's Remus in gun mode, and I think it looks absolutely spectacular. I love the way this turned out. The deco is really nice for this, the metallic black with the metallic brown for the handle. It fits perfectly in your hand. I have relatively larger hands. My fingers are a bit longer, and it fits pretty well. And it really looks like a good looking gun. It just looks very realistic. I will definitely probably pick this up for myself just because I like the gun mode so much. By the way, this is a review sample copy. I don't get to keep it. I had to send it back in case you were wondering. But I really like how this turns out. If you don't like the sight on the top, you can just unplug that and you can have it like this. And for comparison, there it is with the original Newage Romulus. And you can see how different the deco is. They got rid of this silver piece back here. Instead of the black grip, it's the brown grip. No more red piece on the sight. And yeah, really like the look of this gun mode. And for another sight comparison, just for fun, there it is next to the Legend scale version. And I do think this gun looks a lot better. Obviously a lot more real estate to work with at the Chug scale versus the Legends, but it's a really clean gun. Just looking at the Legends, they had a lot of kibbly parts here in the design on the original. So this Chug scale really cleans it up and it really looks like a convincing gun. So final recommendations on the Newage and Alpha Toyland exclusive Remus. This is a very cool repaint. I liked the original and this one is no different. I really like what they've done here. It's a really fun figure to transform. Love the gun mode. The new accessory here, the sword, looks really nice with that mirror chrome finish. Overall, the deco is really well done. I do like the option. Somebody mentioned they don't like the split forehead. I like it, but if you don't, you can always swap out this alternate forehead if you want that regular look. So yeah, I really think it's well done. And thanks once again to Alpha Toyland for allowing me to take a look at this. Appreciate it. Hope to see more in the future. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.